What is up, Nexus crew? Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the hottest gaming news and keep you locked in on everything PlayStation. The news cycle is absolutely relentless, and if you blink, you might just miss the next big thing. Today, we've got some massive updates that you absolutely cannot afford to miss, covering everything from how you handle your digital purchases to a classic franchise making a surprising new home. Get ready because this is PS5 Nexus, and we're bringing you the information you need, right when you need it. Let's go. First up, a change that many have been waiting for is finally here, making your digital life just a little bit easier. We're talking about a significant update to how you manage your purchases, and trust us, this is a game changer for how you interact with the PlayStation Store. Get ready to simplify your life. Next, we're diving into a classic that's found a new lease on life and is making waves on a platform you might not expect. This is a franchise with a legendary legacy, and its arrival on a new home is sparking conversations across the entire gaming landscape. You're going to want to hear all about this one. And finally, we're getting some serious insight from a former industry heavyweight about what truly makes a platform connect with its audience. We'll explore the strategies that build lasting loyalty and what separates the good from the truly great in the eyes of the fans. This is a masterclass in understanding your community. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to PS5 Nexus for all your gaming updates, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat. Let's get into it. A streamlined process for your purchases. It's official. PlayStation users are about to experience a significant quality-of-life improvement that addresses a long-standing point of friction. For years, the process of requesting a refund on the PlayStation Store has been a labyrinthine journey, often requiring users to navigate through multiple links, brave the support page, and even engage with customer service representatives. This often cumbersome procedure has been a source of frustration for many, leading to calls for a more streamlined and user-friendly approach. Fortunately, Sony has heard the community and is rolling out a much-anticipated update designed to simplify this entire ordeal. Starting August 25th, players will be able to initiate refund requests directly through the PlayStation Store or the dedicated PlayStation app. This means no more hunting down support pages or waiting to speak with an operator. The new system promises to make the refund process as straightforward as possible, bringing Sony's digital storefront more in line with the user-friendly policies already in place with many of its competitors. This move is a clear indication that Sony is paying attention to user feedback and is committed to enhancing the overall PlayStation Store experience. The guidelines for eligibility remain consistent. Refunds are typically granted within 14 days of purchase, provided the game or content has not been downloaded or streamed. While these core conditions are unchanged, the removal of third-party arbitrators and the direct self-service option are expected to significantly expedite the refund process for eligible claims. This simplification is more than just a minor tweak. It's a strategic move to boost customer satisfaction and loyalty. Many in the PlayStation community have long admired the more lenient refund policies offered by platforms like Steam, and this update signals Sony's intent to bridge that gap. By reducing the hassle and increasing transparency, Sony is not only addressing a key pain point, but also demonstrating a proactive approach to improving its digital ecosystem. This initiative aligns with Sony's recent commitment to actively enhance the PlayStation Store, as highlighted in a recent blog post, and tackling one of its most debated aspects is a significant step in that direction. While the full impact on refund utilization remains to be seen, the immediate benefit is a much more accessible and transparent system for all PlayStation users. This update is already generating buzz, with many players expressing relief and excitement about the newfound ease of managing their digital purchases. The consensus is that this is a welcome change that acknowledges the community's desire for a more intuitive and less frustrating experience. But will this new system bring PlayStation's refund policy up to par with its rivals? We'll explore that next. And later, we're checking out a beloved classic franchise that's making a surprising new home on a different console. A step forward, but still lagging behind. While the PlayStation Store's new self-service refund feature is a welcome improvement, it's crucial to acknowledge that Sony's refund policy still falls short when compared to industry benchmarks like Steam. The recent update allows users to request refunds directly from their transaction history, eliminating the need to navigate complex support pages or interact with customer service agents. This is undeniably a step in the right direction, offering a more streamlined and less frustrating experience for PlayStation gamers. However, the core policy itself remains notably restrictive, failing to match the consumer-friendly approach championed by competitors. The updated PlayStation support page confirms that users can now easily initiate refund requests through their account's transaction history. This move towards self-service is a significant upgrade from the previous manual process. Yet, the fundamental conditions for obtaining a refund have not changed. PlayStation's policy still stipulates a strict 2-week window for refund requests. More critically, the policy bars refunds if the game has been downloaded or streamed, even if only briefly. This means that even in cases of accidental purchases, such as buying the PS4 version of a PS5 game, a refund is officially off the table once the download has commenced. While the support page does mention that users may have additional rights under local laws for faulty content, the company's proprietary policy is quite rigid. This stance contrasts sharply with Steam's refund policy, which is widely praised by the gaming community. Steam also adheres to a 2-week time limit, but crucially, it allows refunds for games with up to 2 hours of playtime. This flexibility means players can return a game if it doesn't meet expectations, struggles with their hardware, or simply isn't enjoyable, often with minimal hassle. This consumer-centric approach, while sometimes challenging for developers of shorter games, has set a high standard for digital storefronts. It's worth noting that Steam's policy wasn't born out of pure benevolence, but rather as a response to a lawsuit from the Australian government, a situation that ultimately cost Valve millions. Despite its origins, the policy has become a benchmark for fairness in digital game sales. Sony has, on occasion, deviated from its standard policy, notably with The Last of Us Part 2 upgrade and the withdrawal of Concord. Furthermore, players sometimes report success in convincing customer service to grant refunds outside the official guidelines. However, in a landscape where a more accommodating policy exists, the expectation for Sony to offer a comparable experience grows. The best PS5 games are certainly worth the investment, but a more forgiving refund system would only enhance the overall value proposition for consumers. This persistent disparity between PlayStation's policy and Steam's more lenient approach continues to be a point of discussion among gamers, who often advocate for Sony to adopt a similar level of flexibility. With the debate around refund policies heating up, we're turning our attention to a different kind of digital migration. And later, we'll hear from a former PlayStation executive on what truly makes a platform connect with its audience. A classic's unexpected homecoming. There's a certain magic in revisiting a beloved classic, and for many, the Gears of War franchise holds a special place in their gaming memories. While its trajectory has often been compared to PlayStation's own Uncharted series, with both franchises achieving massive success, there's a strong argument to be made for the original Gears of War installment being the more impactful. This sentiment is backed by critical reception, with the first Gears of War boasting a Metacritic score that notably edges out its Uncharted counterpart. Now, in a move that's generating considerable excitement, a remastered version of this iconic title, Gears of War Reloaded, has found a new home on PlayStation platforms. For those who might have experienced gaming through a more platform-centric lens a decade ago, the idea of a Microsoft-owned franchise appearing on a PlayStation console might have seemed unusual. However, the gaming landscape has evolved, and this cross-platform availability is something to celebrate. PlayStation fans, who perhaps never had a direct answer to the dominance of Halo in the early days of console shooters, now have the opportunity to experience the unique appeal of Gears of War. While games like The Order 1886 attempted to capture a similar grounded, graphic sci-fi shooter feel, Gears of War remains in a class of its own. Its blend of visceral combat, unique mechanics, and a distinct tone set it apart. Having spent time with Gears of War, Reloaded, it's clear that the original game's gripping gameplay holds up remarkably well, arguably even better than the first Uncharted game over time. While Uncharted excels in its narrative and character development, with Nathan Drake often lauded for his charisma, Marcus Phoenix offers a different kind of appeal, a grounded, no-nonsense bravado that doesn't equate to a lack of depth. Uncharted offers a light-hearted, Indiana Jones-esque adventure, focusing on puzzle solving and traversal. Gears of War, conversely, is a more tonally distinct experience, centered on survival and intense combat. The combat mechanics in Gears of War remain its strongest suit. The cover-based shooting, combined with the signature, wall-bouncing mobility, creates a dynamic and engaging gameplay loop. Players, as hulking cog soldiers, utilize iconic weaponry like the Boltok hand cannon and the devastating Gnasher shotgun, not to mention the game-changing hammer of Dawn's satellite strike. The strategic use of cover and the fluid movement system were revolutionary for their time and continue to provide a deeply satisfying combat experience. The game's aesthetic, often described as destroyed beauty, with its war-torn environments and alien locust threat, adds to its unique atmosphere. The remaster, Gears of War Reloaded, not only brings the original game and its DLC to modern hardware, but also includes modern conveniences like cross-progression and crossplay, enhancing the cooperative experience. Playing co-op with a friend is highly recommended, as the game's mechanics feel purpose-built for teamwork. This release is a testament to the enduring quality of the original game, and a significant moment for PlayStation owners looking to experience a cornerstone of shooter history. The arrival of Gears of War Reloaded on PlayStation is being met with enthusiasm by fans eager to experience this classic title, with many praising its updated features and the opportunity to revisit a beloved franchise. This expansion of a major franchise onto new platforms raises questions about future cross-platform strategies. And later, we'll hear from a former PlayStation executive on what truly makes a platform connect with its audience. The Nintendo connection, a former PlayStation boss weighs in. In the ever-evolving landscape of the video game industry, understanding and connecting with your audience is paramount to sustained success. While many companies strive for this elusive balance, one name consistently emerges as a benchmark for fan engagement: Nintendo. Even a former high-ranking executive from a direct competitor, PlayStation's Sean Layden, acknowledges Nintendo's unparalleled ability to stay attuned to its fanbase. In a recent interview, Layden shared his perspective on what makes Nintendo so consistently successful, drawing a direct comparison to his former employer. Speaking with YouTuber Hip Hop Gamer, Layden was asked about his hypothetical approach if he were leading Nintendo. His immediate response highlighted Nintendo's profound connection with its players. No one is more in touch with their fan base than Nintendo. Even PlayStation was never this in touch with the fan base as Nintendo is. They know who their fans are. This statement underscores a key differentiator for Nintendo, a deep, intrinsic understanding of its community's desires and expectations. Layden elaborated on this point, explaining that Nintendo's success isn't about chasing fleeting trends, but about a consistent, informed strategy. He noted that even during periods of market fluctuation, such as the pandemic-induced surge in gaming, Nintendo didn't miscalculate its position. Instead, it anticipated a return to normalcy while capitalizing on the existing momentum, demonstrating a foresight rooted in its understanding of player behavior. They didn't have to suffer the peaks and valleys so much as if you're chasing the opportunity, Layden explained. They just know what their opportunity is. They see it. They understand it better than anyone else. And they go for it, and they do it really well. This strategic clarity allows Nintendo to consistently deliver products and experiences that resonate with its core audience, avoiding the pitfalls of misjudging market shifts or chasing trends that don't align with its brand identity. Layden's advice for a hypothetical Nintendo leadership role was simple yet profound. If you put me in that job, I would just stand back. This suggests that Nintendo's current approach is so effective that the best course of action would be to maintain the status quo, allowing the established strategies for fan engagement to continue yielding results. This perspective from a former PlayStation executive offers valuable insight into the operational philosophies that foster long-term success and brand loyalty in the competitive gaming industry. It implies that genuine connection with fans, built on consistent delivery and understanding, is more valuable than aggressive market chasing. This assessment of Nintendo's fan engagement strategy is widely seen as a powerful endorsement of their long-standing approach to game development and community building. That's all the news for today, but we'll be back with more updates soon. Stay tuned for our lightning round recap and a full call to action. And that wraps up another packed edition of PS5 Nexus. We saw PlayStation Store refunds get a much-needed simplification, but the policy still has room to grow. A classic shooter franchise, Gears of War, has landed on PlayStation with a remastered collection. And we heard from a former PlayStation boss who says Nintendo is the gold standard for fan connection. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the show, subscribe to PS5 Nexus for all your PlayStation news, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Follow us on our socials for more gaming content, and let us know in the comments what you thought of today's stories. We'll see you in the next one.